Welcome back to the Tidarium Hangar. This is Mike, and I've been overly critical of Hasbro and kind of their decisions on what they're making for the next round of the Black Series figures. I've even vocally had some issues with some of their archive decisions, and I just don't really think they're the greatest characters or the greatest versions of characters to be putting in the archive wave. So today, instead of being negative, I'm going to be positive, and I'm going to say my top 10 wish list of Black Series figures I'd like to see made, and we're going to talk about these coming up. So number 10 on my list is going to be the Sith Inquisitors from the Rebels. And since they already put out the Rebels crew, the Rebels got to have someone to fight, someone to take on. And so obviously one Inquisitor or all of his little crew there, that would be a pretty interesting wave. It would look pretty good. I think the reason they haven't done it is so they just think there's not enough demand for it. But Rebels are wildly popular. People are still going after Rebel stuff left and right, so I don't see why they don't do this. Maybe work one figure into other waves as they go, maintaining that whole box and the whole coloring with the boxes and all that would be pretty cool. And I know people would go after them just because they're different, they're just strange, they're awesome. I think that it would be a great idea. This is one of those that I wasn't on board with putting on my list at first, but after a couple of people bringing the point to me, I agree. This would make a great Black Series figure and a Black Series figure series. Number 9 on my list of wish list for Black Series is Skiff cards. Now, this isn't just one figure. I would like to see a bunch of Skiff cards. Here's the thing, we probably will at the 40th anniversary see at least 1 or 2 or 3 of these guys. But, you know, the Klaatu, a Weequay, a Barada, those kinds of figures would be great so you can have them fill out your display. I really do think we're going to see a whole lot more for Return of the Jedi when the year rolls around to 2023. Just like we said in 2019, we got a ton of Return of the Jedi characters. I don't see why we don't get more for the 40th anniversary, because I guarantee we will, and we'll probably get these Skiff cards. Number 8 on my list is FX7, and I don't want to say that FX7 should be a deluxe figure, but I really think that it would be awesome to get an FX7. Maybe we get it back to tank, but I do feel like the Black Series is seriously lacking when it comes to droids. And droids are a really cool part of the Star Wars universe, and since we don't really get dioramas or we don't get any sort of play sets and we barely ever get vehicles, we really do need some of these background elements and background element characters such as an FX7. This is one that you literally could put this figure in almost any one of your displays and it would sort of make sense that he's there. It's really awesome. Even for the fact you could put this in the Gaming Greats line, and a lot of the droids and almost all the droids could be a background character from a Gaming Greats. That's another angle to go on this. But still, it looks really cool. I mean, what is it, like 20, 30 different little arms that come out there? And of course, they'd all have to be articulated. I mean, that's what the Black Series is all about, right? A collector line that's going to be way better than anything they could have done back in the 3.75-inch era. But they made a really good one back in the day for 3.75. I just kind of wonder how good it could be for the Black Series. Next on my list is, it's another cheat, like the Skiff Guard cheat or the Inquisitor cheat. Well, this is a Man-O-Man or Yak Face or a 2-pack, an exclusive 2-pack or something like that. So these figures are sought after by collectors in the vintage era, and even the modern figures in the vintage collection, they sell out really well. So if they were to make a Man-O-Man vintage collection sell out well, the Yak Face already sold out really well. But in the Black Series, it would be another one of those Return of the Jedi homages that we see in a couple of years, and it'd be a background character for a lot of different scenes to have these in there. But it would still be that long-term collector that's been going after trying to get these in the vintage line for a long time, that still also collects the Black Series, would love to have these. It's just one of those things that in Star Wars, there are all of these legendary characters, and these are legendary characters. I really think a 2-pack's the way to go on this. An exclusive, maybe not Amazon, maybe like a Walmart exclusive, who knows. But it would be really cool to see these made in the 6-inch scale. Like I guess maybe they'd both be like 8 or 9 inches. Number 6 on my list is another droid, and it's 21B Medic Droid. The thing about it is this figure would just be awesome in Black Series line with that clear abdomen, that clear area going on. All the clear in it would be cool. Yeah, I'm a little scared of the clear plastic myself also, but I think it would make for an awesome figure. I know that we haven't even seen very much of this in the 3.75 inch range either, so it would be super exciting to get this in the 6 inch. And of course another figure that you could put in almost any scene. It would be a great background figure, background character, whole lot of fun. But just imagine the amount of detail that they could do to it, what they could make this figure look like, and could they recolor it, repurpose it, and start a whole Asmotech droid kind of thing going on with it. You could get the standard one and then slightly different colors and different variations down the road. But I think it would be awesome. I think it's really underutilizing droids. I'd be happy if the Disney Store picked up and just kept making droids. That would make my list a little easier. It'd be a whole lot of fun to even get those in the Elite series. But the Black Series is what we're talking about, and Hasbro needs to step it up on these droids, especially with 2&B. Number 5 on my list is Darth Malgus. Darth Malgus is a fan favorite. This character just looks awesome, looks menacing, amazing. And when I first picked mine up in the vintage collection, I got him just because I was a completist and I had to have one. But I think it's a really cool looking figure. It looks cool on the card back, and they also made them in like a different type of packaging for the 3.75 inch. But I have a big appreciation for this figure simply because he looks so cool. He does look a lot like Darth Vader, but a different take on a Darth Vader. I like it. I don't even know a whole lot about the character, and I'd be on board buying one if they made him in the Black Series. Wait, they already made a Black Series one? No. This is 3.75 inch. Number 4 on my list is the Destroyer Droid, or Droideka. This is one of my favorite things that came out of the prequels. Qui-Gon Jinn was pretty cool. Darth Maul was pretty cool. But the Droideka, the Destroyer Droid, just blew my mind. Like, what could they come up with? A droid, and it sort of converts into a circle kind of thing that rolls around. That is awesome. This is a figure that would probably be huge, and it would be cool if there was a way they could incorporate this shield element to it, like some clear, like a half circle that you could just clip over it or something. It didn't have to be an entire sphere, just a half a sphere, so whichever angle you're displaying it from looks like it's covered. But this is a figure that we really do need. They've made like 5 or 6 iterations of this in the 3.75 inch range, but in the Black Series 6 inch, possibly deluxe. Like, I wouldn't be upset about spending $30 on a really nice one of these that does the conversion process and looks great, and throw a little blast effects in there. Come on, let's do it. This is the same company that makes Transformers with blast effects and good looking Transformers. They can, mix. This would be a crossover. Wait, hey, maybe this would be a crossover. There's a whole lot to this. I would love to see this figure made. Number 3 on my list is Star Killer, Vaders Apprentice from the Force Unleashed game. I really kind of feel like the Force Unleashed game was one of the best games ever made in the Star Wars era. It just, you could run around and do everything with Force powers, and it was awesome. It had a great storyline. It was a whole lot of fun. It could work in canon. You could say, oh, I could see that actually happening during that time frame. But we got a really nice vintage collection figure, and at the time I didn't really care about gaming grades kind of characters, but I picked them up anyway. Of course, you kind of have to, and I really think we need this in the gaming grades line for the Black Series. I can't believe we haven't seen it yet. I can't believe that Hasbro hasn't made this yet. They make a whole bunch of other characters that I think just are a waste of time in gaming grades, but we still haven't gotten this guy, and I'm a little surprised. My list is EV-99, the torture droid from Return of the Jedi and Jabba's palace, and this is one of those figures that kind of captured my mind back in the day. And to know that they actually made one in the Power of the Force line in the vintage era, and it had a working jaw, it actually talked. There are so many more features they could incorporate in the Black Series line, and we really only saw this figure made one more time in the Power of the Force line. I haven't seen anything from this figure, this character, for 2 decades. Would be nice to see a Black Series version of this. and it would be awesome. I think droids are awesome, and I know that they made the battle droid for the earlier line. They made it for the prequel era, a battle droid, but we can't get this guy. And the popularity on this, is it there? Well, I think it is, and I think people would love to have this figure. Number 1 on my list, my most wanted figure, is R2-D2. And this is the only figure that I would say needs a 2.0, a refresh. Here's the thing. I was underwhelmed by the R2-D2 when it came out in the Black Series line, and I got it anyway because I like R2-D2, but I was disappointed in a lot of things. So I'm going to tell you what I was disappointed in the first one. First off, it was too small, and everyone agrees on that. And second off, I don't think the dome was shiny enough. It needs to have a shiny dome. I know it won't get back metallized, but a shinier paint would work, or some paint would work. Also, every single element needs to be integrated into it. So if the front blue pieces, they fold out, they need to fold out. If a flap opens, we should have some sort of a arm or gear or mechanism, something that comes out. It should be integrated into it. You shouldn't have to plug in stuff. That's the lazy approach, a lazy way approach. The top of the dome, there should be a place where you can make the lightsaber pop up, and you should be able to have the sensor scope pop up. I mean, at minimum, those two things, but incorporate about 6 pieces that are integrated into R2-D2 that come out of it like it's supposed to, and then just clip on the extra leg or have the extra leg slide down manually. I don't like the head turning gimmick to make the leg drop. There's so much they could do with this figure, especially if they made it just a little bit bigger. If they make it the deluxe $30 one, I'm okay with it also. So let me know what you think about this list. What do you think we should see in the Black Series line? What would get you excited about the line again? I gotta tell you, I'm someone with 1 foot out of Black Series. I'd like them to reel me back in, but the latest showings are just pushing me further away. So let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, Titanium Hanger out.